Oh, respected Sri Madhusudan Sai, the leaders of the world religions, dear devotees, friends, and dear students. Within a few moments, we will be bathing in the confluence of the different faiths, religions, and philosophy, and will know and love each other. This grand opportunity has given to us by His great respected Sri Madhusudan Sai and his great organization. You know, friends, religion is as ancient as the human race itself. But the World Parliament of Religion in 1893, it was, I think, reserved for it in the city of Chicago in USA, for the first time in the human history, ushered the new era of all religions. And 10 great religions, they sat together and they spoke about themselves and knew each other. And the message was, be sincere in your own religion, but move with other religions. Religion, the relation between the religion and the human being is like the relation between water and fish. If the fish is contaminated, then if the water is contaminated, the fish will die. But if the religion is narrow, sectarian, then the human being, they suffer. So this type of all religious gathering, exchanging views and ideas, are very, very essential for the growth of peace, harmony, and happiness of the humanity. I congratulate the sincere effort of Sri Madhusudan Sai for organizing this grand World Culture Festival 2025 to build one world, one family. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you, Swamiji.
Shri Siddhalinga Mahaswamiji offers a token of his appreciation to Sadhguru Shri Madhusudan Sai. He has to leave due to a prior commitment. We once again extend our heartfelt gratitude to Siddhalinga Mahaswamiji for gracing this occasion and for addressing all of us.
We invite His Eminence Cardinal Oswald Gracias, Archbishop of Bombay, former President, Catholic Bishops' Conference of India, to share his message with all of us. He's a strong advocate for migrant workers' rights, spearheaded numerous social justice projects in Mumbai's slums, and regularly participates in Vatican initiatives on climate change.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the warm welcome and the introduction. Your Excellency Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, and my dear respected dignitaries on the dais over here, dignitaries also of the dais over here. I want to thank you very much for having invited so many religious leaders over here on this special occasion. I think this occasion is an occasion of prayer, of spirituality. We can sense over here the presence of God. God is with us. We have gathered over here at the invitation of Madhusudan Sai, Excellency, gathered over here for these 3 days of reflection. Rich days in which we communicate with God, communicate with each other, communicate with the world, and see our own responsibility of what the world should be. This is really an unique event when we speak of humanity. Do we need to be reminded that we have got to think of humanity and speak of humanity and share about humanity? Isn't it self-evident? And yet I think it's our consciousness that has not realized that we are all brothers and sisters. Intellectually, we accept that. Emotionally, very often we don't. All of us, of readers of different religions, representing different religions, as I reflect over the years, I see there is much more that unites us than what divides us. Much more commonality among us in different matters than there are differences. Much more commonality of vision, identity of vision, than small difficulties. I think that's the responsibility of us religious leaders. We have not, first of all, been conscious of God's presence among us. We have not been conscious that God has given us a mission. Not been conscious that God has called us with this particular plan that God has in mind. Each one of us has the responsibility to make the world one family, all brothers and sisters. The moment we pray that this energy goes out from this hall over here, this magnificent auditorium, and goes all over the world. This is just the beginning. This is a moment of consciousness for us. This is a moment of self-examination for us. This is a moment for us to make a commitment, to make a difference to the world. That we can do, that we must do, and that I think, my brothers and sisters, we will do. God bless you. Thank you very much. I wish you a fruitful meeting.
Thank you, His Eminence. We now invite Mr. Mufti Manzoor Ziai, Senior Islamic Scholar, Member, Islamic Council of India, to address the gathering. Mr. Mufti heads a research center for Islamic studies ranging issues from bioethics to digital privacy, and he frequently appears on Indian television to discuss Islam's engagement with modernity. Mr. Mufti Manzoor Ziai.
बहुत शुक्रिया। मुझे बेहद मुसर्रत है, बहुत खुशी महसूस हो रही है इन तमाम बड़े मुअज़्ज़ज़ मेहमानों के दरमियान, इन बड़े लोगों के दरमियान, और आपकी ये खूबसूरती देखकर हमारा दिल बाग बाग हो जाता है। बई सूरत कि ज़िंदगी इंसान को जीने का सलीक़ा सिखाती है, और आज जीने का अगर सलीक़ा आपको देखना है दुनिया जान में, तो आप महाराज सदगुरु जी को देख लें। ये वो हस्ती हैं जिन्होंने दुनिया में अमन, भाईचारे, प्यार, मोहब्बत, शांति का पैगाम ही नहीं दिया, बल्कि पैगाम ये दिया कि जियो और जीने दो, क्योंकि तुम हमारी फैमिली हो। मैं एक शेर ज़रूर कहना चाहूँगा, चूँकि मैंने सुना है कि पोइट से ताल्लुक़ है हमारे सदगुरु जी का। पोइट बोलते भी हैं और बहुत खूबसूरत बोलते हैं। मैंने जब इनकी हिंदी सुनी तो मुझे ऐसा लगा कि काश वो इस इलाके में नहीं, हमारे इलाके में भी हुआ करते। तो उनकी हमारी एक बहन ने हमें कहा कि साहब सिर्फ वो इलाके नहीं बल्कि दुनिया तक पहुँच करके हर एक को पैगाम दे रहे हैं, हम तुम्हारे हैं और तुम हमारे हो। न कोई ज़ात का पर्दा, न कोई ज़ात का पर्दा, न धर्मों की कहानी है। न कोई ज़ात का पर्दा, न धर्मों की कहानी है। सभी इंसान एक घर के, सभी रब की निशानी है। और जहां में नफरतों की धूल छाई थी सदियों से, कुल जहां में इन्वॉल्व, जहां में नफरतों की धूल छाई थी सदियों से, ये देखो सदगुरु ने फिर मोहब्बत को हवा दी है। ये देखो सदगुरु ने फिर मोहब्बत को हवा दी है। मैं इस्लामिक स्कॉलर होने के नाते एक बात जो इस्लाम के हवाले से कहना चाहता हूँ वो ये है कि अल्लाह ने कुरान में फरमाया कि तुम लोगों में तफरका ना डालो और दूसरों से मिलो और प्यार करो। और प्रॉफिट सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने फरमाया, अल खल्क़ु अयालुल्लाह, ये दुनिया की तमाम मखलूक अल्लाह का कुंबा है। तुम इनके पास आओ, इन्हें पहचानो, इनके करीब जाओ और इन्हें समझो, उनके दर्द को बांटो। जबकि इंसान एक है, दर्द भी एक है, मोहब्बत भी एक है और दिलों में उठने वाली टीस भी एक है। वजह यह है कि मैं बहसीत मुफ्ती इस्लामिक स्कॉलर होने के मैं एक सलाम पेश करता हूं। 100 सलाम उस शख्सियत को जिसने इंसान को इंसानियत की उस राह पर लाया जब इंसान बिगड़ चुका था, दूसरों से नफरतें कर रहा था, मोहब्बतें दिखाई नहीं दे रही थी। लेकिन आज मैं इस सरजमीन पर आकर इन बच्चों में, इन बूढ़ों में, इन जवानों में, इन औरतों में, इन बेटियों में जो मैंने प्यार पाया और देखा है, तो महसूस हुआ कि इंसान हो तो ऐसा हो। प्यार हो तो ऐसा हो। तालियां नहीं रुकनी चाहिए, इसलिए तालियां नहीं रुकनी चाहिए कि मैं सलाम करता हूं अमन के उस पुजारी को जिन्होंने पूरी दुनिया में जन जन तक, गन गन तक, हर घर तक वो प्यार पहुंचाया है कि तुम्हें, अगर तुम भूखे रहते हो तो हम तुम्हें न्यूट्रिशन फूड दे करके करोड़ों लोगों को यह बताएंगे कि हम सिर्फ अकेले नहीं खाते, जब हम खाते हैं तो तुम्हारे खाने का भी इंतजाम करते हैं। पैगाम यह दिया सदगुरु ने, इस महान सदगुरु ने यह पैगाम दिया कि अगर बीमारी के लिए हम अपने बड़े हॉस्पिटल में जाते हैं, हाईटेक सिटी के बड़े हॉस्पिटल में जाते हैं जहां पर दुनिया की आसाइशें होती हैं, सारे टेक्नोलॉजी होती है, अगर तुम्हें इस बात का हक है कि तुम बड़े हॉस्पिटल में जाओ, तो एक गरीब को भी इस बात का हक है कि उसे एक खूबसूरत हॉस्पिटल मिले जहां उनका, उनके बच्चों का, उनकी बीवी का, उनके घर वालों का, उनके तमाम रिश्तेदारों का इलाज हो सके। एक पैगाम दिया है सदगुरु ने। मैं सलाम करता हूं उस सदगुरु को जिस सदगुरु ने यह पैगाम दिया है कि अगर तुम भूखे हो तुम्हें खाना, तुम बीमार हो तो तुम्हें दवाई, अगर तुम परेशान हाल हो तो तुम्हारी हेल्प, और अगर तुम्हारे पास छत नहीं है तुम्हारे रहने का इंतजाम, तुम्हारे पास पानी नहीं है साफ पीने का, तो सत्य साई बाबा ने पानी का इंतजाम करके पूरी दुनिया को बताया है कि हम जब शुद्ध पिएंगे तुम्हें भी शुद्ध पिलाएंगे। मैं सलाम करता हूं कर्नाटक के इस बेटे को, मैं सलाम करता हूं छत्तीसगढ़ के इस बेटे को, मैं सलाम करता हूं हिंदुस्तान के इस बेटे को जो सिर्फ हिंदुस्तानी ही नहीं बल्कि पूरी दुनिया में अपने इंडियन होने का, एक इंसान होने का, एक अच्छी फैमिली होने का साबित करके बताया। यहां भी बता रहे हैं और पूरी दुनिया में भी बता रहे हैं। और हमें गर्व है, हमें गर्व है कि आप, हमें गर्व है कि हमारी बहनें, हमें गर्व है कि हमारे बच्चे, हमें गर्व है कि हमारे जवान, हमें गर्व है कि हमारे रिलीजियस स्कॉलर्स, हमें गर्व है कि हमारी बेटियां, हमारी बहनें ये इस बात के सिपाही हैं कि ये हमारा पेशवा, ये हमारा गुरु आगे बढ़ेगा और इनके वन फैमिली, वन नेशन, वन फैमिली, वन वर्ल्ड के हिस्सेदार होंगे। हम सभी उनके सिपाही बनकर के काम करें। चूंकि आप अकेले नहीं हैं, इन्होंने ये बताया कि दुनिया में गरीब अकेला नहीं है, मिस्कीन यतीम अकेला नहीं है, जिसके माँ बाप के सरों से, जिन बच्चों के सरों से उनके माँ बाप का साया हट जाता है, जिनकी माँ नहीं, जिनका बाप नहीं, उन्हें यह बताया है कि मैं तुम्हारी माँ भी हूं और तुम्हारा बाप भी हूं। यह पैगाम मोहब्बत है। हमें गर्व है हमें हिंदुस्तानी होने पर, और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि आप सभी खड़े होकर के अपना सलाम उस मुल्क को पेश करेंगे जिस मुल्क के आप वासी हैं। खड़े हो जाएं और कहें, हिंदुस्तान जिंदाबाद, सलाम हिंदुस्तान, सलाम हिंदुस्तान, सलाम हिंदुस्तान, सलाम हिंदुस्तान, और सलाम सदगुरु महाराज, सलाम सदगुरु महाराज। जिंदगी यह है, जिंदगी इंसान के चेहरे से नहीं, उनके कलर से नहीं, उनके लिबास से नहीं, उनके क्रीड से नहीं, उनके नस्ल से नहीं, उनके जेंडर से नहीं, जिंदगी का ताल्लुक उसके रूह से है, और जब रूह साफ होती है तो हमें एक अच्छी रूह वाला इंसान सदगुरु की शक्ल में दिखाई देता है। हमें नाज है, हमें मुसर्रत है, हमें बेहद खुशी है कि मैं आज इस प्रोग्राम का हिस्सा बना, और मैं इस पैगाम को दुनिया तक पहुंचाने के लिए मैं मुबारकबादी देता हूं और शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं डॉक्टर हफीजुर रहमान साहब का, जिन्होंने आपके बारे में मुझे बताया। एक ऐसा शख्स जिन्होंने कम उम्र में, कम वक्त में दुनिया को अपने पास बुलाया नहीं, बल्कि दुनिया के पास पहुंच करके ये बताया, यू आर माई, आप बोलिए ना, आप बोलेंगे तो अच्छा लगेगा, यू आर माई, यू आर माई, यू आर माई, वन वर्ल्ड, वन वर्ल्ड, वन वर्ल्ड। ये पैगाम हमारा नहीं है, ये पैगाम सदगुरु महाराज का है। आज क्या आप कि हिंदुस्तान का हर बच्चा, दुनिया का हर इंसान, और खुसूसन जो इनसे मोहब्बत रखता है, जो इन्हें जानता है, जो इन्हें पहचानता है, जो इनके काम को जानता है, जो इन शख्सियत को जानता है, क्या आप नहीं चाहते कि ऐसी शख्सियत को भारत रत्न मिलना चाहिए? अरे बोलिए ना। मैं बहैसियत मुफ्ती मंजूर सियाई पूरी दुनिया के सामने, पूरे लोगों के सामने, समाज के सामने, हिंदुस्तान के सामने हुकूमत हिंद से मुतालबा करता हूं, ऐसी शख्सियत को भारत रत्न मिलना चाहिए जिन्होंने पूरे लोगों को अपना समझा है, हर शख्स के दर्द को समझा है। वक्त मुझे कम मिला है, मैं इन्हीं चंद जुमलों के साथ अपनी बात खत्म करूंगा कि तुम्हें ढूंढा करेंगी हमारी निगाहें, गरीब तुम्हें ढूंढा करते हैं, यतीम तुम्हें ढूंढा करते हैं, प्यार तुमसे चाहा करते हैं, और उम्मीद है कि आपका प्यार यूं ही सदा उन गरीबों के साथ जुड़ा रहेगा। बहुत शुक्रिया, खुदा हाफिज, अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया मुफ्ती जी। Next, we invite His Holiness Achar Muniji, founder Ahimsa Vishwa Bharati, eminent Jain Acharya and global peace leader, to address us. Acharya established a network of eco-Jain farms that practice organic agriculture, and his lectures on non-violent conflict resolution are attended by diplomats worldwide.
Acharya Vivek Muniji.
परम पावन सत्य साई बाबा जी के शताब्दी महोत्सव के इस पावन अवसर पर वर्ल्ड रिलीजियस सेमिनार के इस मंच पर हिज होलीनेस श्री मधुसूदन जी और सभी धर्मों के विशिष्ट धर्माचार्यगण, उपस्थित भाइयों बहनों, भारत की समृद्ध संत परंपरा में मानवीय मूल्यों के संवाहक, मानव धर्म के मसीहा, परम पावन श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी के इस शताब्दी महोत्सव पर उनका जो संदेश था, हमारी जो भारतीय संस्कृति का धर्म है, सिद्धांत है कि वन फैमिली, वसुधैव कुटुंबकम, वह उन्होंने अपने जीवन में खाली बोला ही नहीं है, बल्कि उन्होंने अपने जीवन में उसे जिया है। और जी करके जो मानवता की पीड़ा है, मानवता की परेशानी है, उसे उन्होंने समझा और समझ करके उस पीड़ा को, उस परेशानी को दूर करने के लिए उन्होंने अपने जीवन का जो परम धर्म समझा वह मानवता की सेवा को समझा है। आज यहां पर आकर के सत्य साईं बाबा ग्राम में, जहां का कण कण अहिंसा के, प्रेम के, भक्ति के, सेवा और शिक्षा के वातावरण में से परिपूर्ण है, यही मानवता का धर्म है। सत्य साईं बाबा जी कहा करते थे कि सभी से प्रेम करो और सभी की सेवा करो। यही भारत के सनातन संस्कृति, हिंदू संस्कृति का, यही धर्म और अध्यात्म का प्राण है। इसीलिए भगवान महावीर स्वामी ने भी कहा है कि मिट्टी में सब्बभूयेषु, कि विश्व के सभी प्राणियों से मेरी मैत्री है। बैरम मध्यम न केणी, किसी भी प्राणी से, किसी भी जीव से मेरा बैर और विरोध नहीं है। आज यहां पर सर्वधर्म सम्मेलन के इस मंच पर मैं इतना ही कहूंगा कि यहां समन्वय की, शांति की, सद्भाव की, सेवा की और शिक्षा की गंगा का प्रवाह बह रहा है। विश्व समन्वय अनेकांत पथ, यहां पूरे विश्व का समन्वय है और अनेकांत का पथ है। अनेकांत वह जैन धर्म का सिद्धांत है जो इस जगत में जितने भी दर्शन हैं, जितने भी मान्यताएं हैं, जितने भी रिलीजन हैं, जितने भी फेथ हैं, उनका जो भी दृष्टिकोण है और उसमें छुपे हुए सत्य का जो भी अंश है, उसे देखने की दृष्टि अनेकांत देता है और उसे आदर और सम्मान देने की दृष्टि देता है। सत्य साईं बाबा जी ने यहां पर विशेष रूप से उसे चैतार्थ किया है। तो विश्व समन्वय अनेकांत पथ, सर्वोदय का हो प्रतिपलगान, सभी का उदय हो, सभी का उत्थान हो, सभी का कल्याण हो, सभी का मंगल हो। सर्वोदय का हो प्रतिपलगान, मैत्री करुणा सब जीवों पर, मैत्री करुणा सब जीवों पर, अहिंसा धर्म जग ज्योति महान, अहिंसा धर्म जग ज्योति महान। यह प्रेम, अहिंसा, करुणा, दया, मैत्री और भारत की जो विश्व बंधुत्व की भावना है, इसे परम पावन पूज्य सत्य साईं बाबा जी ने जिया है और पूरी मानवता के कल्याण के लिए, मानवता के भले के लिए, मानवता के हित के लिए उन्होंने कार्य किया है। और उसी कार्य को परम आदरणीय श्री मधुसूदन साईं जी भी उसे आगे बढ़ा रहे। मैं इस कार्यक्रम के लिए विशेष रूप से इस फाउंडेशन को, आदरणीय श्री मधुसूदन जी को, सभी को हार्दिक बधाई देता हूं और अंत में इतना ही कहूंगा कि सत्य साईं बाबा जी के बताए हुए मार्ग पर चलें, उनकी शिक्षाओं को आत्मसात करें और उनके ज्ञान के आलोक में हम आगे बढ़ें। तब इसी में पूरी मानवता का हित है, मानवता का कल्याण है और तभी वन वर्ल्ड, वन फैमिली की जो भावना है वह सार्थक हो सकेगी। और हमारे ऋषियों ने, मुनियों ने, महापुरुषों ने, योगियों ने यही गाया है कि सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःख भाग भवेत्। कि सभी का कल्याण हो, सभी का मंगल हो, सभी सुखी हों, सभी निरोग हों। यही भावना को चरितार्थ करते हुए और सत्य साईं बाबा के बताए हुए मार्ग पर चल करके आदरणीय श्री मधुसूदन साईं जी आप सभी का मार्गदर्शन कर रहे हैं। मैं पुनः इस अवसर पर उनको हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं और बधाई देता हूं। ओम शांति 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 हो।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आचार्य विवेक मुनि जी हमारे साथ आज जुड़ने के लिए और इस सभा की शोभा को बढ़ाने के लिए। नेक्स्ट वी इनवाइट साध्वी भगवती सरस्वती जी of Paramath Niketan to address us. Sadhi Bhagavati Saraswati is a renowned spiritual leader, author and motivational speaker originally from Los Angeles, now based in Rishikesh, India. A Stanford University graduate, she's the president of the Divine Shakti Foundation and an advocate for humanitarian and interfaith initiatives. Sadhi Bhagavati Saraswati Ji.
His Holiness Puja Sadguru Shri Madhusudan Sai Ji, all of the distinguished, eminent, respected and revered leaders on the dais, and my beautiful sisters and brothers. What a blessing. What a blessing to be together here today, remembering that we are one, remembering that we are one world, one family. What a mission, what a message to remind the world who we are. The suffering that you see across the world, the violence, the crime, the war, the depression, the anxiety, the loneliness, the addictions, all of that is happening because we forget. We forget that we are one. One with the omnipresent divine and one with each other. I am so filled with gratitude to our Puja Shri Madhusudan Sai Ji and his entire amazing team for gathering us together, so many thousands and thousands in person, but also countless online, to remind us we are one. There's a beautiful, sacred mantra, because this is the Hindu tradition. Bhuvanaji was saying, to share of our different religious traditions, this is Sanathana Dharma, that we are one. There is a beautiful core mantra from our scriptures that says, Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamsoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. And it reminds us, oh God, lead us from the darkness of ignorance, the darkness of untruth, the darkness of falsehood, in which we suffer. And we bring suffering unto others in our false identification as just this physical body that is born and changes and dies, our size, our shape, our color, our race, our religion. Lead us from that. Lead us from that, O God, to the light of wisdom and truth in which we remember that we are not just these individual separate bodies, but we are one, one with the eternal, omnipresent divine, one with that which is never born, never changes, never dies, and therefore one with all. Puja Sathya Sai Babaji was renowned across the world for his miracles of manifestation. He manifested sacred, holy vibhuti. He manifested precious gems, jewels, and so much more. Today, we are celebrating the miracle of the manifestation of also all of the schools, the universities, the hospitals, the feeding programs, these miracles that continue to ripple out across the world. And this is our Sanatana Dharma, as Acharya Vivek Muniji was just sharing. This beautiful mantra of Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramaya. May all beings, not even all human beings, all beings be healthy, happy. May they attain their highest state. May no one suffer. This is our religion. It is our spirituality. And it is so beautiful to see our Puja Sadguru, Shri Madhusudan Sai Ji, not only continuing these miracles, but extending, expanding, increasing these miracles of service, these miracles of touch. This is spirituality in action. It is prayer in action, feeding people, educating people, helping people. This is prayer in action. And the incredible impact is due to what we call bhakti ki shakti. That miracle, that power of love, of devotion. His love and devotion for his Guru, Bhagwan Sathya Sai Babaji, and the love and the devotion of all of you and the devotees across the world for Puja Sathya Sai Babaji and for Puja Sadguru Madhusudan Sai Ji. That miracle of devotion is what is bringing these miracles to so many. And I'm so happy to see all of my young sisters and brothers, the students, who are being not only taught, but touched and transformed. They are getting this first-class education, but not only an education that's academic. They are getting what we call sanskaras, shiksha, the education, and these sanskaras, the values, the ethics, the morals, the spirituality that brings health in the mind, health in our life, in our hearts, but also health in our societies, in our nation, in our world. As he mentioned so lovingly before I speak, I come originally from the US. I had perhaps the very best education, academic education, that money can buy. Graduated from Stanford University. I was doing my PhD when I came to India almost 30 years ago. I was getting A+ in class, but I had no idea how to live. I had no idea who I was. I had no idea about God. When I came to India, I thought my education was finishing. I thought, yeah, I'm almost done. Little did I know that actually coming to India was the beginning of my education. And this is what our Dharma gives us, our spirituality gives us. It is what Puja Sathya Sai Babaji gave us. It is what Puja Madhusudan Sai Ji Maharaj is giving us. Simple. Do good. Be good. Love all. Serve all. If we followed these precepts, there would be no pain, suffering, ailment, war, violence, climate change in the world. We're looking for answers, but we've been given the answers so simply. So many of us, coming especially from the West, or what you would call modern India, but especially from the West. We're trained and taught from childhood that the most important question in life to ask is, what for me? Mere liye kya? Mujhko kya milega? What's in it for me? But our Sathya Sai Baba Ji, our Sguru Madhusan Sai Ji are teaching us the question in life is not what for me. The question in life is what through me. Not mere liye kya, mera dwara kya, meri madhyam se kya. What through me? How can I serve? Lastly, this beautiful, beautiful theme, mission, message of one earth, one family, Vasudev Kutumbakam. This is the motto that our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, gave for the G20 presidency also. It's the message of Bharat to the world. It's not a message only for India. It's a message for the world from India. We are one. But here's what's so beautiful. For those of you who don't speak Sanskrit, the word Vasudev, when we say the world is a family, we are not a random amorphous family. We are the family of Vasudha, the family of the goddess of the earth. And that means it is our responsibilities to serve, to serve, to serve as we are guided. Love all, serve all, seeing all as that family. So finally, as we are gathered here today celebrating this sacred centenary celebration, let us not only celebrate, let us not only pray, but let us pledge. Let us pledge that we will take these teachings, that we will love all, serve all, do good, be good, that we will remember that we are one world and one family. Let us raise our hands together. Let everybody raise our arms. Hum sabhi log sati sat sankalp kare. Let us raise our hands and show that together, both hands. I can only raise one because I have a microphone, but you have two. Both of our hands, we're all in. To truly take these messages, this mission, and these teachings into our lives, for the lives of our children, and the children of everyone across this planet, and for the future of Mother Earth. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sadhvi ji. Next, we invite Venerable Nar Tapa Teu, Senior Buddhist monk of the Theravada tradition from Jetavana Monastery, Sri Lanka, to address us.
Permission from the Noble Triple Gem. Venerable members of the clergy, His Holiness Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, respected elders, dear sons and daughters, one world, one family. Love all, serve all. These words are Subhashit Vani. In the one, we are one. Subhashit Vani, noble sayings. When I went through Upanishad, I found a great sloka. Sansara vita vrukshasya dve eva mrute phale subhashit rasasvadas sajjanai sahasangamat. Today, we all are gathered here to listen to Subhashit Vani, noble saints. These are noble saints, ladies and gentlemen. We all are so blessed because this samsara is a poisonous tree. Therefore, we have to suffer. We have to be vexed. And we try to come out of vexation by doing so many things. When we try to do all these things, we always forget nature. When I say nature, I didn't mean trees and waterfalls. I meant everything. Nature is everything. When you can understand nature, you will understand the saying, one world, one family. If you understand nature, you will understand all the religions, and they are the same. This is a religious event, perhaps. Perhaps this is nature. If you can realize that, you'll be nature. Then you don't have to unite this world. If you try to unite this world, you think that world is separated. That means you don't believe in nature. Have you seen different carbon atoms, ladies and gentlemen? Carbon atoms that are in you, do you really think that they are different? That's your carbon atom and my carbon atom? Then if you believe that, then you will see a different world and different entities in this world. Actually, before I realized the truth, I thought that I was a Buddhist. And I saw other people as entities. But I had a chance to climb to the summit. Then I saw that we don't have many religions. We don't have many philosophies. We don't have many spiritual leaders. Therefore, I didn't try to unite them. I wanted to accept them, and I accepted it. Let me give an example. There is a bench like this. You can see 4 legs. It's a 4-legged bench. When you come near a leg, you see a different leg, separated leg. And you see 4 separate legs. And you think that these legs are different? These legs are isolated? And you try to discriminate. You try to talk about a specific leg, but you don't climb onto the summit, onto the top, you always talk about it. When you talk about it, you always discriminate, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we have been talking about this. Our Sri Madhusudan Sai G is not the first person who wanted to do this or who want to do this. Sacred people who came to this world wanted that to happen. Therefore, they said, sacred saints, noble saints. A week ago, we met His Holiness, the Pope, at the Vatican, and one of his secretaries. We were talking about his sacred mission. And we promised him that we will help to establish that. These things are sacred. When we met Sri Madhusudan Sai, I was over the moon because I saw his spirit, his devotion to his great teacher, and all the lineage from the beginning. At that time, I told him and I promised him that we are with you. You can count on us. To this sacred mission, we will work out together. Today, in our monastery, we have more than 500 monks and nuns who practice the truth, who try to climb onto the summit. And we speak over 25 languages in our monastery because we learn, because we want to pass this message. We want to help each and everyone, all the religious leaders, all the world leaders, to fulfill their dreams. One world, one family. We can do this, ladies and gentlemen. But to do so, you have to climb. Otherwise, you will try, but it won't be fruitful. I'm telling you. It won't be fruitful. If you stay near a leg, you will only see a different leg. But climb onto the bench, then you will see all the legs are there to climb and to achieve your mental serenity. When you achieve your mental serenity, you will see this saying from your heart, in your heart. At that time, you won't try to unite the world. At that time, you will believe that the world is one. Therefore, whatever the religion you practice, that is the truth. I want you to practice that. I want you to practice to the fullest. I want you to realize the world through that religion, that philosophy. That's what I did. Before I thought that I was a Buddhist. But now I can say I am nature. I'm not talking about myself, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be mistaken. Now I feel that I am nature. Therefore, I don't have any discrimination in my mind. I don't try to unite this world because there is nothing to be united. Before I tried to love everyone, I was mistaken. I didn't have that understanding, ladies and gentlemen. Therefore, I saw different people, different species in this world. I thought that I must love them. Therefore, I tried to love them. When I tried to love them, I saw that I have conditions. I loved my mother because she was my mother. You are not my mother, therefore I couldn't love you. I'm really sorry. But now, with the understanding of the truth, I don't love you anymore. I feel that I am the love. No matter who you are, no matter what you are, mental serenity is in my mind. Whenever I see you, you can embrace love without any condition. Therefore, I want you to be the love. I don't want you to love anyone. Be the love. Then you can fulfill His Holiness Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai's dream. Actually, that's not his dream. That's our dream. Let's practice whatever you have been practicing. Let's climb to the summit and see the world as one. Thank you very much. May the blessings of the Noble Triple Gem be with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Guru Thero. We invite Dr. A.K. Merchantji, General Secretary, Temple of Understanding India Foundation, and Secretary, Spiritual Assembly of Baha'is of Delhi, co-convener Moksha Trust, and author and interfaith scholar, to enlighten us with his address. Merchantji is a respected scholar and authoring monographs such as Communal Harmony and Hindu Dharma Evam Baha'i Dharma, and so many other articles on religion and human rights. Merchantji.
Thank you very much. My very humble pranams. What a blessing and bounty it is, and how bright the light that gleams from the faces of each one of you this wonderful morning here at the Sathya Sai Grama. And we all owe it to Pujya Sadguru Madhusudan Sai. I have been here before. I've experienced the profound love and affection and the sense of servitude. It all flows from the Bhagwan. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, mindful of all the religious and spiritual protocols of the religious leaders who are seated on that stage here and off the stage, my wonderful young friends, children, it is truly, as we have heard, and I don't want to repeat, but I would like to add a few thoughts to the ongoing discourse of how this human family will emerge and truly become what we envisage as Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Here I am representing the Temple of Understanding India Foundation, an international interfaith association, also the Moksha Trust, the work we do in Sri Lanka, and my fellow Baha'is who are here, because we are one human family. And we need to add to this discourse a reconceptualization of what we mean by Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. When Baha'u'llah, the founder of the Baha'i faith, proclaimed, "The earth is but one country and humankind is citizens," he said, the statement may sound simple, but it is profoundly complex. And we need to bring in the principle of justice and fairness. Because we have in all our holy scriptures wonderful statements on love, forgiveness, unity, peace. But then translating these into reality in the midst of a world that is so highly polarized, that is battered every minute by storms of violence and all kinds of forces of disintegration, we are met here at the Sathya Sai Grama to demonstrate that the forces of light, the forces of integration can overcome every negative tendency that we experience in our daily lives. And so great spiritual souls, they appear from time to time and they translate it into tangible reality. And we have seen this happening not in just one place of the planet, but in so many different countries. I know this Sathya Sai Grama itself, as was mentioned in the introductory remarks, working in over 100 countries. The Baha'i community, likewise, is worldwide. And every community has many, many clusters. And so through the process of a spiritual awakening, through the process of activities for guiding our children, through the process of the spiritual empowerment of the junior youth, through the participation in discourses like these, the public discourses, coupled with social action, and with unflinching faith in that supreme divinity, we know we will succeed. I know that due to the time constraint, I just want to humbly endorse all the wonderful words of wisdom and knowledge that have flowed since we saw the video, the opening remarks of Pujya Sadguru Madhusudan Sai. And I'd like to end with a small prayer, a prayer that we offer every day at the Baha'i Lotus Temple. I'll say it in Hindi first and then in English. परमेश्वर यह वर दे कि एकता की ज्योति सारी पृथ्वी पर अप्लावित कर सके और साम्राज्य परमेश्वर का है, यह भाव समस्त जनमानस और राष्ट्रों के ललाट पर अंकित हो जाए. God, grant that the light of unity may envelop the whole earth, and that the seal, the kingdom is God's, may be stamped upon the brow of all its peoples. Mindful of the constraints of time, I once again give my humble offerings to the feet of all those who are serving humanity, providing nutrition, education, health. And these three pillars are truly a very powerful way to transform every community, every society, every nation state. But once they are yoked to the principles of justice and fairness, we will see how structures will also have to be created to ensure that the spirit that has been generated flows with undiminished force. And I'd just like to acknowledge that my fellow Baha'is who are here, we have Dr. Devdas, we have Mrs. Nika Lui, we have Mrs. Anita Arvind, we have Dr. Jiten Mishra, and my very perceptive soul who is with us, Mr. Stephen Schonberger, my colleagues from the Moksha Trust, Mr. Ambassador V. Mahalingam, Mr. Sanjay Raj, and your truly humble servant, A.K. Merchant. Once again, Pujya Madhusudan Sai, I thank you from the core of my heart. My apologies that I have not taken the holy name of all the distinguished religious leaders who are on the stage because of the constraints of time. My salutations to all of you.
Thank you, Dr. Merchant. We next invite Rabbi Yoel Glick, international Jewish teacher, mystic, and founder of Darton at Elion, Jerusalem, to share his reflections with all of us. He teaches worldwide through courses, retreats, and writings that draw on Jewish mysticism, Hasidic thought, and universal spiritual principles. Rabbi Glick, please.
In the Reverend revered Sguru Madhusudan Sai, His Holiness Bhagavan Sathya Sai Baba, all the respected, noble spiritual teachers and leaders that are gathered here today, my brothers and sisters from India and the whole of humankind, students, boys and girls. In the book of Psalms, which is part of our scriptures, attributed to King David, who used to be inspired to perform music on his harp. He'd be woken up by the divine spirit, divine presence at midnight. And from that place of inspiration, we don't know the music, but he made music, but we know his words. And one of them says, Hine matov na'im shevet achim gam yachad. How good and how pleasurable and wonderful and beautiful it is for brothers and sisters to sit together. And this is exactly what he was talking about. This is a gathering of spiritual brothers and sisters, people all aspiring to do good in the world, to serve, to bring love into the world, to bring God's presence, to bring a higher awareness of oneness into our minds, and even more importantly, into the way we walk in the world. In the great Hasidic mystic, the Baal Shem Tov, founder of the Hasidic movement, he would say that, what does it mean we talk about mindfulness? He says it means to join our thoughts with our actions, so that whatever's in our mind becomes how we act in the world. He says when we do that, we're joining body and soul, heaven and earth, all of humanity together. And that is the way we're trying to learn to live our lives, each moment, each eternal moment at a time. At the beginning of our Holy Scriptures, the Torah, the Jewish Bible, tells the story of the creation of the world. And at the end of that story, the divine architect creates human beings. And we're told something very precious. It says, human beings are created in the image of God. And it doesn't say this human being or that human being, this country, this race, this religion, but all human beings, everyone, without exception. We're all divine, we're all in the image of the divine. And we're here to reflect that image in the way we live our lives. And there's a famous teaching from our great rabbis that says, when a king decides to mint a coin, he prints his image on the coin. But every coin has the exact same image. When God makes humans being the coin of a human being in his image, every image is different. Yet all of them are the image of God. And so we see so many differences. And we know from animal kingdom, animals seem a pack, they're in packs, and they see someone coming from some other pack, say, this is not my people, this is not my tribe, this is not my pack. And so they attack them. And other human beings become afraid. We see someone looks a little different, talks a little different, has a different color to their skin, has a different face, and we say, they're not mine. But the Jewish Bible comes to tell us, you're absolutely wrong. No matter what face, no what body, how they sound, how they eat, we're all one. We're all divine. We're made in the image of God. And then the Jewish tradition tells us a second great teaching. It says, love your neighbor as yourself. Don't love just yourself, but also love everyone around you, everyone you meet every day, the person that lives next door, which is sometimes the hardest person to love, that wakes you up at 2 in the morning when playing music, or leaves the garbage out on the street. But really it means we should see everyone as our neighbor, not some far-off person that I know nothing about, but of my same people, my same life, my same reality. And they say, as yourself, because in essence, we're all part of each other. We're all part of the self of all selves. We're all one in the deepest, most literal sense of the term. How could we be separate if we're all made in the image of God? And then the Torah takes us one step further. So in our founding story, the Jewish people go down to really a large family, children of Israel, go down to Egypt to live there because there's a famine in the land. And then they're taken into slavery and bondage because they're strangers for 400 years. And after the 400 years of suffering, they're liberated by the great prophet Moses. And then they come to Mount Sinai to worship the God who liberated them, Havaya, which means pure being, pure consciousness that underlies all that is. People often say, for that name in the Bible, I am that I am. I am pure being. And on the mountain, God tells them that they need to be a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. And then he gives them a teaching for how do you be a holy nation and a kingdom of priests. So these two teachings of knowing everyone is in the divine image, love your neighbor as yourself, are two of the teachings. But a third very important one, which is said something like 27 times more than any other commandment, is love the stranger, because you were a stranger in Egypt and you know what it's like. You know the pain, the suffering, the struggles you can go through. And therefore you have to love and take care more than anyone of those you don't know, those you might even be a little bit afraid of. Take them to home, get to know them, care for them, make them part of your family, because we're all one family. And because of that experience, we hold loving kindness and compassion as of the highest value. And we're taught to really live with compassion and to interact and treat each other with loving kindness and compassion. It says that acts of compassion, loving kindness are one of the pillars that allows the world to exist. It says without compassion, the world is a jungle. No one could survive. But with compassion and loving kindness, the world can endure. And we are God's instruments to bring that loving kindness to the world and to change it and heal it and make it whole. And making it whole also means, in Hebrew, the word for whole, shalem, is very close to the word for peace, shalom. So we really want to create a world of peace, and that's a world that's whole. A world in harmony with itself and each other. And that's why our greatest yearning is for peace, because we've known thousands of years without peace. And our greatest yearning is for the world to be in harmony. All of us recognizing, loving each other. And so I would like to end with the ancient priestly blessing of our people. There's three. The first is, may the Eternal One bless you and keep you. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. The second blessing is, may the infinitely brilliant One shine his face upon you and be gracious unto you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka. And the last, probably most important blessing. May God turn his face towards you and give you peace. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi Yoel Glick, for joining us today. The next video message is from Swami Gautamananda Ji Maharaj, President Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission Belur. He is the 17th President of the Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission, the twin organizations headquartered at Belur Mutt, West Bengal. May we have the video, please?
Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmaswarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Warm greetings to all the esteemed delegates of the World Religion Summit at Sathya Sai Grama, Muddenahalli in Karnataka. I am happy to learn that there are delegates from 100 countries who have gathered in the summit. My congratulations to the One World, One Family mission on convening this highly significant summit centered on the theme of humanity and its all-round welfare. I convey my hearty appreciation of the noble work being carried out by Sri Madhusudan Sai, who is now deemed to be the Dharak and Vahak, holder and carrier of Sri Sathya Sai Baba's legacy. It's a matter of joy that the birth centenary of Sri Sathya Sai Baba is being celebrated all over the world. Of Bhagavan Sri Krishna declared in the Bhagavad Gita that Yad Yad Vibhuti Mat Sattvam Sri Madhurjitameva va Tattadeva Vagachatvam Mama Tejomsha Sambhavam. Whatever there is endowed with extraordinary glory, attractiveness and vigor, know all that to be born of a fragment of my power. By this declaration, it's clear that wherever there is any manifestation of any extraordinary glory, that is Vibhuti, it is a portion of Bhagavan's own divine powers. Bhagavad Gita also speaks of a spiritual person as one who is deeply absorbed in the welfare of all beings. Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. Going by these two declarations of Bhagavan Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, we may certainly conclude that it was a portion of God's power that God channeled through Sri Sathya Sai Baba's personality and life, which was devoted to the all-round welfare of all beings, inspired by the motto that he used to articulate in simple terms as love all, serve all. May the selfless service activities initiated by him in various fields continue to grow from strength to strength with undiminished vitality as when he was with us in physical form, and that all his followers ever remain Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha, deeply devoted to the welfare of all beings, is our prayer. Though I am unable to join you in person, I invoke the grace and blessings of the Almighty and send my best wishes for the success of this summit. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Our gratitude to Swami Gautamananda Ji for his gracious message. Next we invite Swami Atma Priyananda Ji, Pro-Chancellor, Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Educational and Research Institute, to address the gathering. Swamiji has authored several books on Advaita philosophy, lectures internationally on mindfulness and spiritual psychology, and oversees a network of youth centers that offer free meditation classes to underprivileged students. Swami Atma Priyananda Ji, please.
Offering my respectful pranams to everybody, in particular to respected Sri Madhusudan Sai Maharaj, who is present here, who is the Prana Purusha behind the entire movement, carrying out the legacy and the glorious heritage of Sri Sathya Sai Baba. I have come here several times at his invitation, and he also has been graciously visiting Beluru Math. In the Bhagavad Gita, among the Devi Sampat is mentioned Amanitvam Madambhitvam, and starting from Abhaya ends with Natimanita, two great hallmarks of a spiritual person. Sri Ramakrishna says in his famous Sri Ramakrishna Kathamrita, the Gospel of Ramakrishna, Jnanir Duti Lokhan, Shanta Svabhav, Nirohankar. Some other places says, Jnanir Duti Lokhan, Shanta Svabhav, Kutastha Buddhi. So going by this, two great virtues are simplest to practice, but we find it difficult to practice, is simplicity and humility. Simplicity appears to be most complex. This is a story of a Christian theologian who wrote a huge book on the various qualities of God. One of them is Simplicity of God, a huge 1,000-page book. A very pious Christian lady said, if the simplicity of God is so complex, what about this complexity of God? We want to make simple things complicated. The easiest thing is to feel for others. As just now, revered Swami Gautamananda Ji, our respected president of Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission, said, Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha is the last word of realization in the Hindu tradition. The Bhagavad Gita, 5th chapter, 25th verse, 525, and 12th chapter, 4th verse, repeatedly talks about Sarvabhuta Hite Rataha. Labhante Brahma Nirvanam Rishaya Kshina Kalmashaha Chinnadvaida Yathatmana Sarvabhuta Hite Rataha. And it also says, Sanniyante Indriya Gramam Sarvatra Samabuddhaya Te Prapnavande Mameva Sarvabhuta Hite Rataha. You may attain the supreme nirvana, as Buddhism says, or moksha, or mukti, whatever. The last word in spiritual realization, Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. Atmopammena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna sukham va idiva dukham sayogi paramo mataha. There is a great message in the Bhagavad Gita. He is the greatest yogi who feels himself one with everybody and everybody is one with himself. He is the greatest yogi, he is the greatest spiritual person. And my previous speaker ended with peace. And the famous Shanti mantras, which prefix and suffix all the Upanishads which are Vedanta, are well known. So I'll just quote one of the most well known, which is chanted by the disciple and the Guru. All of us are gathered here as disciples at the feet of the Supreme Satchidananda Guru. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, Satchidananda alone is the Guru, by whatever name called, and his power is channeled through the so-called human gurus. The human gurus appear to be human beings, but they carry the power of God, channeled through God. And he gave a beautiful example of how children, in those days very artistically, the houses used to be designed. The rain pipe, on the top of the rain pipe there used to be a face of a cow or a face of a lion through which the rainwater will flow. A child telling the mother, Mom, you see, from the lion it comes, you see, from the cow it comes. The mother said, it is not the lion nor the cow, it is the water of the sky which is flowing down. In exactly the same way, it is Satchidananda Guru, the Supreme Being, who is existence, consciousness, bliss, absolute. You call it by any name, innumerable names are given to God in all the tradition. Nam namakari bahudha nija sarva shaktis tatrarpitani yamitas saranena bhavaha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, so many names you have created, infinite names. In each of them you have packed your own power into it, and you have made no restrictions as to time and place in which to chant this. So much is your great grace, O Lord. Such is my misfortune that I do not have any love for your name. So innumerable names are given to God. He is the Satchit Ananda, as Vedanta says, and he is the Supreme Guru. So this Shanti mantra, with which I'll end, is well known. All of you, the boys will definitely know it. They are being continuously taught in this. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavadhetamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat. A simple English translation based on Shankara Bhagavad Pada's commentary on this passage. May the Supreme Being protect us both, the teacher and the disciple, by revealing to us the true nature of knowledge. May the Supreme Being protect us both, the teacher and the disciple, by revealing to us the application of this knowledge for the good of humanity. May we both, the teacher and the disciple, strive together for the acquisition of knowledge. May the knowledge and the wisdom that you acquire be effective and illuminative in the welfare of humanity. May there be no dissension or disharmony between us. Om, peace, peace, peace. This is the peace that passeth understanding, which Jesus the Christ spoke about. So let us be together and invoke the blessings of God and His grace to be able to be channels of His grace. Every one of us present here, particularly the young children standing there in beautiful white and white robes like angels, every one of you should be ambassadors of peace. Every one of you should spread peace, happiness, joy to everybody, wherever you are, whatever you do, so that your very name of Sathya Sai Baba and the institution in which you study will now stand apart as a vehicle of supreme benediction, grace, and peace.
Thank you, Swami Atma Priyananda Ji, for those beautiful words. We now invite Dr. B.K. Mrityunjaya Bhai, Executive Secretary, Brahma Kumaris, Director, Brahma Kumaris Global Peace Initiative, to address all of us. Dr. Mrityunjaya Bhai is a senior teacher in the Brahma Kumaris movement, specializing in Raja Yoga. He conducts weekly webinars that blend ancient wisdom with contemporary mental health practices, and his writings on spiritual resilience have been translated into multiple languages. Dr. B.K. Mrityunjaya Bhai.
Om Shanti. I request all the brothers and sisters who have assembled here to repeat the word Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Sai Ram. Om Sai Ram. Namaste. It is with profound reverence that I stand before this distinguished assembly of world faith leaders, humanitarian champions, and spiritual seekers gathered here at Sathya Sai Grama, an extraordinary sacred place shaped by the divine hands of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and now guided with renewed brilliance by Sguru Sri Madhusudan Sai G. The World Religious Summit held during the centenary celebration of Bhagavan Baba is not only an event, it is a global turning point, a moment when humanity pauses to religious itself with its spiritual center. I thank the Prashanti Bala Mandir Trust for this historic invitation, and I feel privileged to represent the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual Family, a worldwide movement for spiritual empowerment, purity, and peace. Bhagavan Sai Satya Baba, the visionary, the world leader, the divine being, the incarnation of divinity. When we reflect on the life of Sri Sathya Sai Baba, we reflect on a radiant force of spiritual leadership that shaped generations and uplifted nations. He was a visionary who did not merely speak of love, he embodied love. He did not preach unity, he demonstrated unity. He did not advise service, he institutionalized service. A voice that spoke to the global soul. In a world fragmented by division, Baba reminded humanity There is only one caste, the caste of humanity. There is only one religion, the religion of love. It transcended the boundaries of faith and cultures and touched the collective consciousness of humanity, awakening within millions the courage of service selflessly. His service beyond the reach of governments, Baba's institutions stand today as a living proofs of his divine foresight. Super specialty hospitals offering world-class treatment free of cost. Universities nurturing character alongside competence. Massive drinking water projects transforming neglected districts. Rural development and nutrition programs restoring dignity to the poorest. These are not merely a social initiatives, they are spiritual interventions where compassion encompasses itself as infrastructure and divinity expresses itself as development. Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai Ji, the torchbearer transforming vision into action. Every divine mission needs continuity through a pure instrument. Today, that instrument is Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, a leader whose humanity and surrender reflect the same light that shone through Bhagwan Baba. Leadership as a sacred responsibility. Sadguru is building upon Baba's blueprint with remarkable clarity. Expanding global health systems with cutting-edge hospitals, establishing world-class educational campuses, launching international spiritual and humanitarian missions, leading nutrition projects, touching millions, strengthening the vision of one world, one family. A vision of the next century. While many organizations plan for the next year, here the planning is for the next 100 years, maybe more than that. A model of sustainable values-led human development that nations can learn from. The World Religious Summit, a global mandate to unity of humanity. This summit is a manifestation of the belief that the world's religions must now transition from coexistence to co-creation, from tolerance to collaboration, and from dialogue to shared action for global upliftment. This success arises from vision guided by divinity, administration grounded in discipline, volunteers driven by devotion, leaders guided by humility. This is what happens when spirituality becomes governance model. Brahma Kumaris and Sathya Sai, two divine streams meeting in global service. As a senior representative of the Brahma Kumaris, I can affirm that our organization share a profound spiritual alignment. Common foundation, the transformation of the individual as the basis for world transformation. Universal values at the heart of education, service at the highest form of worship, a global family united by spiritual identity, peace, purity, and love as the operating forces of social upliftment. Brahma Kumari's vision, women in spiritual leadership, a global revolution. This is why the founding father of the Brahma Kumaris Ishwari Vishwavidyalaya had made a divine constitution that women should be the head of the organization. So that's why this has been led by only women, and we are all supporter helping it. In 1936, Brahma Baba initiated a revolutionary spiritual experiment, placing the future of a global movement in the hands of women. Today, the Brahma Kumaris is the world's largest women-led spiritual university present in over 140 countries. This is not only, thank you. This is not only empowerment, this is a divine foresight. I believe women is custodians of purity, women as architects of peace, women as builders of cultures, women as the spiritual mothers of humanity. Under Dadis like Prakash Muniji, Janki, Hruday Mohaniji, and thousands more, this movement stands as a global lighthouse for spiritual empowerment. A shared vision with Sai Baba. Both movements believe that humanity rises when women rise. Peace begins with inner purity. Spirituality must be fearless and compassionate. The world can be transformed through awakened consciousness. A global call to action. Let us shape the future of humanity together. In this World Religious Summit, let us resolve, and spirituality must now evolve from being a personal pursuit into a collective responsibility. Let us commit to inspire a new global culture of peace, to build values into education system, which is already happening here, to make compassion the basis of governance, to unite religion in a shared mission of services, to build spiritual wisdom into public policy, to restore harmony between humans and nature, to make consciousness, not consumption, the measure of human progress. The world does not need more nuclear power. The world needs more inner powers. The world does not need more followers. The world needs more self-realized leaders. Closing benediction, I would like to say, the dawn of a new spiritual era, may Bhagavad Sri Sathya Sai Baba, central, His eternal grace uplift our minds. May Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai's leadership inspire our actions. May the spiritual light illuminate and protect our hearts. Let us walk together, serve together, heal together, and build together a world where every human being realizes light and might. We are one family, born from one divine light, that is Om Shant. I would like to add one more thing. I had the pleasure and honor of going through many places here from the last half a day, one day. During that period, I noticed that each and every brothers and sisters are so much devoted. Cleanliness, peace, love, service in action. Love in action is found. So this place is Saram Vishweshwaraya's place, but he got the Bharat Ratna award. As already our previous speaker, religious leader said, he should receive not only Bharat Ratna, Vishwa Ratna award, a Nobel Prize for his commendable service, contribution to the humanity. I had the pleasure and honor of meeting and visiting United Nations. Brahma Kumaris is an NGO, member of the United Nations, participating in various activities of the United Nations. I should say the United Nations, not just discussion in the New York, but they should move to Satya Bhavi institution here and see what is happening reality, what is going reality. And that should happen. It is not in one city of the world, sit and divide, and no wars have been stopped after formation of the United Nations. That nation should move from one country to another country and see from his own eyes and see a new action should be taken place. And this is an example, this is an exemplary example for all of us. And then he needs a global recognition, not only local recognition, but local understanding must leads to global recognition through offering a Nobel Prize to Bhagavan Baba here, so that this mission many government could not do. They could not make a free education. They could not offer free food. But the Swamiji, from one person to 1 million souls, have joined hands together and made it possible. Is it not a wonder? Is it not a miracle? Is it not a worth to recognize? And this is the time This is the time we should promote, we should understand, we should acknowledge, and we should say unitedly. For that, I request this August Assembly, under the blessing of Swamiji and Mr. Narasimhanji, under the chairmanship, a resolution should be passed, and resolution should be moved, and it should be placed before the United Nations and other organizations, so that this movement should take place with high speed. When I look at the present day society, present day world, nuclearization, communalization, criminalization, and pollution is become the order of the day. But what we need is new and clear conscious. आत्म परीक्षण, आत्म शुद्धिकरण, आत्म डिविनाइजेशन की आवश्यकता है. उस आवश्यकता को पूर्ण करने के लिए हम मानवता को यूनाइट करना चाहिए. The family should unite together and then say, make a new mission which is already existing, and that mission should be strengthened, and then we should pursue it and then make a new world order. One world, one government, one family, one religion, one language, the language of love, language of peace, language of purity, language of happiness. That should be the reality. I once again appeal to all the great masters, religious masters, and all my holy brothers and sisters assembled here or who are listening through media. They should join hands and support the Swamiji and make one united efforts so that we can move this current crisis into a peace of United Nations. Few years back, they celebrated culture of manifesto. Brahma Kumaris also supported that one, but that became one event, but not the practical event, practical reality. So now this is the right time for the world governments, world leaders, especially religious leaders at this moment, should join hand to hand and make a new world based on love, based on truth, based on simplicity, based on humanitarian feelings, not Hindu, Christian, Islam, Buddha, etc., etc. With this, I say once again to Namaste to Swamiji. I bow my head before you and before this August Assembly of great leaders. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Dr. Mrityunjay Bhaiyaji, for your kind words. We now present a video message from Shri Romesh Bay Oji. He is the founder of religious and educational institutes, namely Devka Vidyapeeth and Sandipani Vidyaniketan in Porbandar, Gujarat. He could not be here with us today, but conveys his best wishes and appreciation to Sadhguru for organizing the summit. His video will convey his respect for Sathya Sai Baba and his thoughts on the ongoing centenary celebrations. May we have the video, please?
भगवान श्री सत्य साईं बाबा के जन्म शताब्दी महोत्सव को पूरे ग्लोब में मनाया जा रहा है। बाबा स्वयं प्रेम, शांति, सद्भाव और सेवा जैसे सकारों की साकार मूर्ति थे। मेरे पूर्व निर्धारित कार्यक्रमों के अनुसार मैं कथाओं में व्यस्त हूँ। मैं पूज्य बाबा को प्रणाम करता हूँ। इस महोत्सव की सर्वांगीण सफलता हेतु ईश्वर से प्रार्थना करता हूँ। पूज्य बाबा का जो अध्यात्म पथ पर आगे बढ़ने के लिए हमको संदेश प्राप्त हुआ है, उस संदेश का निरंतर स्मरण और पूज्य बाबा के द्वारा चलाए गए सभी सेवा कार्यों को जिस तरह से आप निष्ठापूर्वक आगे बढ़ा रहे हैं, वास्तव में वही इस सेलिब्रेशन की भी निरंतरता, सार्थकता है। मैं आप सभी को अभिनंदन करता हूं।
Today, Sathya Sai Grama has been truly blessed and sanctified with the presence and benediction of so many luminary and great beings. Our gratitude to all of you. Sadhguru, today is spearheading service projects in the verticals of nutrition, healthcare, education, and social care in over 100 countries. We pray to Sadhguru Shri Madhusudan Sai, founder of the One World, One Family mission, to deliver his message.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखमाप्नुयात्. This ancient Indian prayer spells out the very essence of India's philosophy that believed in the welfare of all. It prayed for all. It worked for all. That's exactly what this One World, One Family mission is about. It prays for all, it works for all, and it considers everyone as their very own. On this centenary celebrations of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, as we organized a 100 days World Cultural Festival event, now culminating with this particular World Religion Summit, I am extremely grateful and I am overwhelmed by the gracious presence of so many religious leaders, thinkers, and as I call them, the change makers who have adorned the stage and also are seated in the audience and are also watching us and blessing us from around the world. This day is a memorable day for all of us as we come together to resolve that true religion is the religion of humanity. And that is what Bhagavan taught. Bhagavan said, I have not come here to start a new religion or to gather followers unto myself. I have come here to make Hindu a better Hindu, a Muslim a better Muslim, a Christian a better Christian, a Sikh a better Sikh, and so on. I have come here to light the lamp of love in every heart and see to that it shines brighter day after day. That's all was his message about what he was here for. And that's exactly what we are doing. Lighting the lamps of love in the hearts of humanity and seeing to that it shines brighter day after day. Making every human a better human was his mission, and so is the mission of this One World, One Family. I want to place my acknowledgements and on record for all the wonderful people who have come here, and some of them who have sent their blessings through video messages. Shri Vidushekhara Bharati Mahaswami Jagadguru of Dakshinamnya Peetham of Sringeri Sharada Peetham, I acknowledge his kind message and place our reverential salutations at the feet of the Gurus, Jagat Gurus of the Sringeri Sharada Peetham, led by Sri Adi Shankaracharya, who founded the Peetham in the first place. That's the only Peetham in the whole of the country that has had an unbroken lineage of Gurus for over 1,200 years. None other Peetham has that special credentials because they saw to that the flame of spirituality kept burning, and despite all the difficulties, invasions and disturbances, they continued the mission of Sri Adi Shankaracharya. So I'm very grateful to Jagat Gurus for conveying their kind message on this auspicious day. I'm very grateful to all the people on the stage too, and also the video message that had come from Sri Gautamananda Maharaji. He conveyed his message and his blessings to all of us. Though he could not be here, we have Atma Priyananda Ji Maharaj with us from Belur Mutt, and we are very grateful because that's another mission that brought the world together. In the first time when anybody talked about Sarvadharma Samanvaya, it was Sri Ramakrishna's mission, and led by Sri Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda, who spread this word to the whole world. I think after Sri Adi Shankaracharya, who united the country in this one idea of oneness, if anybody else I can think of after that, it is this Ramakrishna mission and Swami Vivekananda, who spread this message of oneness and unity and gave the clarion call for service, Atmano Mokshartham Jagat Hitayacha, to the whole humanity. So I am very grateful for Atma Priyananda Maharaj Ji to be here with us, and to Gautamananda Maharaj Ji for his kind benediction. On the stage, I have also several other luminaries, and each of their messages touched our heart. Truly, they spoke from their hearts, and so it's reached our hearts directly. Swami Chidananda Saraswati Maharaj Ji could not be here. He was there the day before, but he sent Sadhi Bhagavati Saraswati G, and she is the ambassador of the mission, Paramartha Niketan, and she came here to convey the message and the blessings, and to teach us the great mantra, Satoma Sadgamaya, lead us from darkness to light, the darkness of all these illusions that we are different to the light of oneness. Thank you for that wonderful message from Paramartha Niketan, and we are very grateful for your kind presence and also the benedictions of Maharaj Ji. I also want to acknowledge the presence of Cardinal Oswald Gracias, who has traveled all the way from Mumbai to be here with us to convey the message of his religion, which is the religion of love and sacrifice. Jesus Christ's, the very message of love thy neighbors as thyself, is the core of One World, One Family mission. That you love everybody, there is no one who is a stranger, all are yours. And if we could only practice that in our lives, the world would definitely be a better place. So thank you for your kind and gracious presence today. Rabbi Yoel Glick, who said there is no stranger in this world. That's what the Torah says. That everybody has been created in the image of God. And like the coins released by the king, we are all nothing but the imprints, the images of the same one divine principle. And his prayer of blessings for all of us makes us feel very, very blessed and grateful. Thank you, Rabbi, for being here with us all the way from Jerusalem. Guru Tero, your message straight went to our hearts. You told us not to try to love, but just be love. Not to try to unite, but accept everyone. This message is straight driven home, and thank you so much for your kind presence and all the good that you do. Yes, we work together and look forward to building the world that our ancestors have dreamt of. Thank you very much for your kind presence over here. I have a long list, so you'll have to bear with me. Siddhalanga Mahaswamiji, who was initially here and he left because of a prior appointment. Again, that is one mission, Siddhaganga mission, which started the Dasoha movement in Karnataka. They said, you cannot be spiritual without serving. You have to be the servant of God to realize your spirituality. And this bhava, which Alama Prabhu also says, Soham Yambuda Keli, Dasohava Mala Diddode, Ati Galeva Guheshwara. Can we ever realize God by just chanting, I am God, I am God, I am God, and not doing anything in the name of God in terms of serving the humanity? Is that ever going to be possible to realize God without serving humanity is the question they asked. And this mission started and thousands of students have been sheltered, given free accommodation, education, food through Siddhaganga mission. And I'm very grateful that Siddhalanga Swamiji could be here, even though for a few minutes, but he conveyed a deep and profound message of not doing anything unto others what we do not want to be done unto ourselves. That message itself again spells out the very motto of One World, One Family. We must treat each other with kindness and respect. So I want to place our gratitude for Swamiji's kind message and presence. आचार्य विवेक मुनि जी, आप भी यहाँ इतनी दूर से आए और आपने इतने प्रेम से हम सबका आदर किया, अपने वचनों से सबको आशीर्वाद दिया. And ahimsa paramo dharma, non-violence is the greatest of all dharmas that one can follow. That is the message of Jain Dharma and message of Sri Mahavira, and that is the message they follow. And how beautiful is that message? Live and let live. Do not harm anyone. Try to live a life where you cause no harm to anybody, and you are also not harmed by anyone, as Krishna says. Yasman no dvijite loka, loka no dvijite chayah. Live this life in such harmony with each other. So thank you very much for that wonderful message and your kind presence over here. मुफ्ती जी, आप इतनी दूर से आए और आपका जो भाषण था मुझे लगा सबको पसंद आया, बहुत अच्छा लगा आपने जो कहा. एंड आपके लिए भी दो पंक्तियाँ, जियो और जीने दो, तो आपने कहा वो तो मंत्र है सबका. दो पंक्तियाँ हिंदी में आपके लिए, जो मेरी नहीं है लेकिन मैंने कहीं सुनी थी, और पंक्तियाँ हैं, जो आज हमारा सपना है कल एक हकीकत हो जाए, इंसान को फिर इंसानों से पहली सी मोहब्बत हो जाए. The dream that we carry today in our hearts, may it become a reality tomorrow. May the human beings of today learn to love each other as they did before. That is the idea of live and let live. That is the idea of one human family. So आपका बहुत शुक्रिया कि आप यहाँ पर आ सके और भविष्य में भी हम आपके साथ काम करने की आशा रखते हैं. Thank you very much for your kind presence. Dr. Marchin, you've been very kind. You received us at the Baha'i Temple, the Lotus Temple in Delhi. You took us around, and I was very amazed to see the kind of work that is being done and has been done. And that beautiful message of your founder, who said that the world is but one nation and all are but the citizens of the same world. We all are world citizens, not citizens of countries. And that idea itself is so uniting. So thank you for your kind presence, and thanks to all your team which is here. We look forward to working together in building that one world nation and one world citizenry. Thank you for your presence again and the message from your institution. Behind me, I'll have to really take a turn and see. Mrityunjay Bhayaji from the Brahma Kumaris mission, who conveyed the message that we all have to work together, like different streams come together and form a mighty river. Akashat patitam toyam yatha gacchati sagaram. Like all the drops of the rain come together and reach the ocean as a stream, all the missions have to come together and become a mighty stream that will take this message to the ocean of humanity. Thank you for your kind presence, and please convey our gratitude to everybody back home, to Dadiji, and to all the other wonderful people at Brahma Kumaris who are doing a great job and spreading this message of love and peace. Om Shanti, the message of Shanti to the whole world. Swami Atma Ji, who was here, and is he still here? Oh, thank you. I need to have a 360-degree vision. So thank you for coming here and representing the World Parliament of Religions. That was the beginning of many great things when in 1893, Swami Vivekananda, a young boy in his 20s, went there and spoke about this great idea and called everybody the sisters and brothers of America. The opening remark itself was a siksha. And everybody was surprised and overwhelmed by this idea that we can all be brothers and sisters, especially in those times when the world was so much more divided. So thank you for coming here and bringing the memories of that great event back to us. This is no World Parliament of Religions. It is a humble effort to bring the world together in harmony and in that dialogue which will help us to understand each other better. But yes, it is inspired by that idea of World Parliament of Religions, where our representative Swami Vivekananda started a revolution in bringing the world together as a family. Thank you for your kind and gracious presence. Rajyogini Bini Sarin Didiji, thank you for being here. You are an integral part. You keep coming here often and share your message. Thank you for your presence and your work that you do. Mr. Elliot Vanston, thank you for being here all the way from England and Wales, representing the church. I am very glad to know that you and your institution thinks that this platform is a place where we can have this dialogue and bring the West and the East together. So we look forward to working with you in the coming times also. Dr. Kambalama, I have heard you before, not because you were here when you were here for celebrating our World Cultural Festival. So thank you for your kind and gracious presence, and we will get to hear you again. When Geshe Tenzin Damcho, I find it difficult to remember to pronounce these words because we are not familiar with this. Please pardon my pronunciation. Thank you for your kind presence in this place for this honor on this great occasion. We have tried to represent as many religions as possible. I know the world is having many more faiths and philosophies and religions, but this is just a representation of the most of the popular or followed religions. I just wanted to remind everybody that religion was meant to unite and not to divide. It is borrowed from the Latin word relegare, which means to bring together, to bind together. And I think Bhagavan's one message, that love alone is that binding factor. That is what brings the world together. And if we are able to love, not try to love, but love, be love and do love, then everything happens in that love. That's the message of this festival. I'm very grateful to everyone who has worked so hard to make this event happen and looked after each other's comforts. Truly, it feels like a one world family when so many of us are sitting together under one roof. We belong to different races, religions, nationalities, ethnicities. Even our affiliations to philosophies and ideologies might be different. But we all are together here under one roof of one world, one family. That's a good beginning, I would say. And I'm sure this would spread to the whole world. An idea is very powerful. An idea whose time has come is the most powerful thing on earth. I think this is the idea whose time has come. One world, one family. And that is why it is going to happen. I know it has not happened for millennia. And I was asked by many people, do you think this is possible now when it has never happened before? I said, yes, it is possible now because this idea's time has come. And so it will see to that it fulfills itself. It could happen because of me, because of you, or in spite of you or me. This would happen because the idea is going to take root now, and this is the future. This is the only hope for the world. There is no other way. As the Upanishads say, Nanya Pantha Ainai Vidyate. I also would like to thank Romesh Bay Oji for sending his kind message and reverence to Bhagwan, and the best wishes to all of us. If I missed out anybody, of course, our Narsimha Ji, who is the pillar of support, pillar of strength for this organization. He is the one who came here in 1970s, early 70s as a 21-year-old boy and started this ashram. And later it was offered to Bhagwan, and that is how it continued to grow. So without him, we would not have been here because he's the one who started it all in the first place. So thank you for building this home for the whole world today. And to all the delegates, all the participants, what more can I say? It is our great fortune to receive all of you and to listen to all of you and to feel that oneness and that feeling of belonging to one single family. And that's an amazing feeling. That's a feeling which makes us feel secure, which makes us feel loved, which makes us feel cared for, and makes us feel that we belong. And that feeling is very beautiful. So I think we all belong to that one family of God, the one family of world. And may this family grow and encompass everybody, embrace everybody in its fold. With that, the world will become a happier and united place than what it is today. And there are many contenders for Nobel Prize. I'm not one of them. Please leave me out. I'm very happy being here, what I'm doing. Don't take it all very seriously. But yes, the idea is that the word should spread and more people should know because it inspires people, and that is what I've seen in 100 days. I've met hundreds of people from these countries who are such nice people. They're kind-hearted. They're good human beings. They all want to do good in their own way. But sometimes situations are such that you lose hope, you lose heart, and that's when you find another person of the same understanding and idea. You derive strength and courage and confidence from them. That is why we should all know each other and work together, because that togetherness is the strength of humanity. Sanghav Shakti, Kali Yuga it is said. When we are together, we are strong. And that idea of togetherness is what we are going to do. Yes, world has never been united so far. There have been pockets of unity, but I think in the coming times with this new generation being so open-minded and so willing to change and transform itself, and with so many organizations and this message spreading so fast because of technology and communication and transportation, those barriers and those obstacles are no more obstacles for us. So we can reach out to each other much faster in a more effective way. So I think this is the time when it is going to happen. And if I have to just put things in place, I think after Sri Adi Shankaracharya, Swami Vivekananda, and after that Bhagavan took up this message of unity of all religions. The Sarvadharma emblem itself of the organization talks about it. So I'm very grateful for all these three luminaries, Sri Adi Shankaracharya, Sri Vivekananda, and Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba for bringing the world together in the harmony of one family. And I place our collective gratitude at their feet. I also want to thank all the people who are in the audience, especially Anubhavananda Maharaj Ji. We are very, very fond of your discourses. Our students are your big fan. You have a huge fan following here in our ashram. So thank you for coming and being a part of it. And as I close by saying what Tyagaraja Mahaswami, one of the founding fathers of Carnatic music, said, Yandaro Mahanubhavalu, Andariki Vandanamulu. There are so many great people here. I bow down to each one of them. Thank you very much. I look forward to the proceedings of the summit.
Thank you, Sadhguru. With this, we conclude the inaugural session. Once again, our gratitude to all our distinguished leaders and speakers. We will take a short 5-minute break and reconvene for the next session. Thank you very much.